to tell somebody to fuck off. Well, hi, go fuck yourself. Go pile of shit, wash it down with camel piss, you stupid bitch. Lick my tits, polish on my naughty bits. Kiss my fanny, tell your granny she got shitty grandkids. Pull my finger, smell my butt. Smell my and your daddy, they can lick my fucking nuts. Cuddle up to my balls, then wash my dirty drawers. I have fucking had enough, so I'm telling you to go fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Maybe you didn't hear me. I've got 1, 2 middle fingers pointed at you. One means fuck, one means off. So goodbye, toodaloo, adios, hit the road. Go bang a kangaroo, mount a moose, jack a jackal, lack a back a nincompoop. Roll a monkey, feeder, ram a lamb, you ding dong. So long, you bottom feeder, I don't need you, never wanna see you. Really wouldn't wanna be a ghost of truckers for a buck. Off is where you can fuck. F-U-C-K-O-F-F, fuck off. F-U-C-K-O-F-F, fuck off. F-U-C-K-O-F-F, fuck off. F-U-C, fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
You're glowing, you color and frown help but shine. And I know that you carry the world on your back. Look at you tonight. The lights, your face, your eyes explode. It's in the sky. Set fire in your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party? I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to the bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, 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 kiss it, daddy, body. Touching on your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party? I could do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to the bed, we won't sleep, daddy, body. Look what we found. Come on, reach down into our hearts and pull us to our feet now. You know the truth is, we could disappear anywhere as long as I got you there. When the sun dies till the day shines of time, you are my spring flower, watching you bloom wild. We are surrounded, but I can only see the lights. Your face, your eyes exploding like fireworks in the sky. Set fire in your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party? In the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. Chumma, 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 kiss it, daddy, body. Chumma, chumma, kiss it, daddy, body. On your body while you're pushing on me. Don't you in the party? I can do this all week. We'll be dancing till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep. On your body while you're pushing on me. On your body, I can do this all week. Till the morning, go to bed, we won't sleep.
Yeah, I think it's StreamYard in general, honestly. I think that it's everybody. But welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for transporting over from Amy and Granny Fanny's to here.
Yeah, StreamYard is whacked out.
I don't know what it's doing. I couldn't even, it wasn't even letting me share the link to StreamYard. I don't know what, it wouldn't let me pull the link up. And I don't like this new update.
Yeah, I'm like, it looks goofy, and I don't see. Let's see. I still see video file, share video, share image.
You see the big orange thing down there at the bottom? I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a big orange arrow at the bottom where it used to be for you to share out or for you to get the link, and that's to leave.
I know, you click it and you disappear. Yeah.
I've done that I don't know how many times thinking that it's the same button that I'm supposed to share the link with, and I just knocked myself out of the whole damn live.
You idiots. I don't know what, yeah. That's dumb. Hell, how are you supposed to even share it out now? I guess you got to copy the
You have to go
URL.
Where it says plus at the bottom.
Plus. Oh, there.
Yeah, it's dumb.
I don't even see the oh, wait, that's on you. That's on the host. I got you.
Gentleman Jack, I keep doing it before I ever go live. I'm going to Josh's. Okay, bye. Bye, y'all. Bye.
All right, hold on a second.
Hannah and two of my other nieces were here. My sister Amy's two daughters.
Who the hell keeps calling me? I keep getting these rando calls.
Listen, 50% happy. I cannot use OBS. I have tried repeatedly. I can't figure this shit out. Y'all know I'm technically challenged.
Restream's the oldest one. That's the one I used for years. I never even used StreamYard until people kept not understanding the way Restream worked when you shared the link.
Well, StreamYard was good for a while, but I don't know what this shit is.
Yeah.
They've changed a whole lot of stuff. I like the fact that they're adding new platforms. But this is just weird.
StreamYard blues. We all got the StreamYard blues.
I'll be glad when they add TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok is over on Restream.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why StreamYard doesn't add them. I mean, you can get a stream key if you have an agency on TikTok, but
right.
I don't want to. That's a whole nother pain in the ass. What in the world? So, for those of you who missed what we're talking about on Granny Fanny and Amy's, so I missed Robbie's entire live in the middle of the night because I was asleep. Sweet Cheek started back to college yesterday, so today, he's ahead, but anyhow. So he goes to college while I'm asleep, which works out because I slept 8 hours. It was great.
Oh.
I know. But so I wanted to show y'all what I got a clip of one of the things that he said in his live. And if anybody else has any clips of it, send them to me and I'll be happy to play them. But this particular clip is about my sister and about my mother. Because last night I made the statement because he keeps going on and on and on about me being fat and this, that, and the other. And of course, he's always leaning on his addiction as a crutch. And I've said this a million times in the past. And I still stand by it because I believe it. Addiction is a choice. It's not a disease. You may have a proclivity for it. You may have some type of genetic, whatever. But you have to make the choice to use it for it to become that. So, of course, he took offense to that. And because he said I was weak and couldn't have overcome all he has overcome through his addiction. Well, and I said this yesterday, the difference, Robbie, is that I've never had to turn to drugs or alcohol to get through the things that I've had to go through in my life. I've done it on my own without any illicit substances. Your addiction isn't a shield. Neither is your religion. I truly do believe you worship the devil. However, you made some pretty ignorant statements about me losing weight, and you challenging me to do this and you challenging me to do that. Number one, I would have to value your opinion of anything in order to take a challenge from you seriously. And I don't. I don't. And for you to compare a drug addiction to cancer and to say that my sister made the choice to die because of how she took care of her body, and that's because of how my mother raised her, and that my entire family is whatever, and that's what happened to my aunt and my grandmother, and that my mother is on her deathbed. It just shows how truly ignorant you are. Because there are a lot of people who have literally never done anything bad in their life who end up with cancer. And one in particular that comes to mind is Jenny Apple. And I realize that you don't know anything about that because you don't care about anybody other than yourself. But her story was one that I followed from the time she was diagnosed with lung cancer. She was a vegan who was in perfect shape and took care of her body like a temple, never smoked, and ended up with lung cancer that it killed her. She left behind a husband and 2 small children. And I can assure you, Robbie, she didn't make the choice to get cancer. Neither did my sister. So the ignorant statement that you made saying that my sister chose to get cancer because of the choices that she made and how she didn't take care of her body shows you exactly how ignorant you are. Just as ignorant as the statements that you and Scad made last night about Tiffany. Karma's real. And I realize that you think you're untouchable. But you're not. You're not.
Yeah, how about you tell that to the children of St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, Robbie? How about you tell them that they all made a lifestyle choice at 6 and 7 years old to have cancer and not understand why they're looking at their mortality at 6 and 7 and 8 years old?
Well, he doesn't care about that.
Yeah, that's some evil shit.
He doesn't care about it because it doesn't affect him. Well, not exactly, Pocket Sand. He's wished essay on a child. Look at all the things that he said. And this man is on probation for harassing people on Facebook. Literally, internet harassment is what he is on probation for. So I slept, like I said, late today because I was tired. And I woke up to Kaylee called me, and she was livid because this was left on one of Dylan's advertisements on Facebook. Dylan's her husband. This is the business that he does on the side, apart from his full-time job of being a police officer. And Robbie left this on his post this morning, which I don't know when he's going to realize that this is the exact same thing that he is on probation for. Literally. My son-in-law has done nothing to you, Robbie. Neither has my daughter. But you chose, here we go with the choices again, Robbie, and you continuing to make bad ones, you chose to literally commit libel against my son-in-law. Because this isn't true. My entire family doesn't have clips on YouTube. of anything racist. I do. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me. Um, so yeah, he left this on Dylan's post advertising his business. And I gave my son-in-law his parole. I keep saying that because it's probably going to be true. I keep saying, parole, but he's on probation. But I gave my son-in-law his probation officer's name and all of his information because, as I said, my son-in-law is a police officer. And he does this business on the side to help provide for his family, which includes my granddaughter and my daughter. And I'm pretty sure, Robbie, that this violates your probation. This has my family has absolutely nothing to do with you. Yet you're trying to destroy his business for what? Because you're a weak bitch. Point blank, period. I haven't contacted anybody in your family. Just because your parents asked me to come up on my panel and I let them say what they had to say, you're such a weak bitch. Y'all claim, all of you, Scotty, Nikki, Siren, y'all all claim to be such strong individuals, but you're not. And any person who has a brain cell sees it. Y'all are weak. And you do the weakest things because you have to reach out to other people in our lives to get to us because you can't do it to us personally. And I'm not going to say anything about the situation with Scotty. I'm letting that situation deal with itself. I'm staying on top of it, but the wheels are moving. I will tell you that. And I'm not talking about it anymore. So this is, like I said, this is what woke me up. My daughter calling me and asking me, who is this? My daughter doesn't even know who he is. Neither does my son-in-law. Because I don't talk about these scum-sucking shit bags to my family. They're not important. And when I talk to my family, it's not about this dumb shit. I don't live and breathe YouTube. So the next thing I'm going to play you is a clip that from his live this morning. And I'm going to go ahead and warn you that this clip is offensive and
Trigger warning, totally.
If you have, complete and total trigger warning. If you have had cancer, if you know anybody that has had cancer, I'm just telling you right now that this, just be prepared. Interesting to see who's in there when he's talking about these things too.
Cunt. Nobody chooses to be addicted to anything. So listen up. Just because, Natasha Cooper, and I want you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say. Just because you're ditzy, blonde, cunty, white trash, Jerry Springer looking fucking stringy haired sister chose, right? Did she choose to die of cancer, Natasha? Yeah, she did. You want to know why? Because her fucking food choices. Look who raised you, bitch. Your diet that your mother taught you is filthy. She should be ashamed. Your aunt, your grandma, okay? Honey, that's a health hazard. That runs in the family, girl. Your family tree is a diabetic fucking mess. And that's a choice. You choose, Natasha. Now listen carefully, Natasha. Your sister chose to abuse her fucking system to the point where that shit shut the fuck down. It gave up. It was like, fuck this shit, dude. I can't take this shit no more. Fuck it. She didn't take care of herself. That's a choice. Therefore, her health fucking gave up on her. Much like your aunt and your grandma and your mom's on her deathbed now. And the beat goes on, honey. The beat fucking goes on. That's a choice. And we're looking at...
As I said, and the people in his comments, I mean, not that it's surprising, especially the things that they say and the people that they are. But it's always amazing to me. So Rose Petal says, couple of the Koopa poops over there need to pay attention to their health. And then Scotty says, who do you think will go first? Her mom or Jax?
And see, that's kind of the. So there's two things. One is he thinks he's brilliant using this reverse psychology shit. So he thinks that this is like, yeah, these words will hurt you. You will be hurt by what I am saying. And it's ineffective because he puts so much hatred and vitriol into how he says it. He loses himself in the character, and it absolutely are words that he fucking means. Secondly, the disease concept, Robbie, of addiction, it's called a spiritual disease. It's not called a physical disease. The actual physical addiction part is something you get over in the early stages of recovery when you no longer are physically addicted to the substance, but you have a spiritual disease that you have to maintain one day at a time with the help of a higher power. You know all these fucking things. You know that all of the texts of every 12-step program in the fucking world, whether it's Overeaters Anonymous, whether it's Emotions Anonymous, whether it's Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous, all say that this is a spiritual disease, not a physical fucking disease. Natasha Cooper said that you do not have a physical disease, and you do not. Your choice to put it back into your body is a symptom of your spiritual disease. I do not believe that Robbie has ever actually worked any fucking steps at all, unless he has had to satisfy the demands of either whoever's giving him a fucking place to live or some form of a legal obligation. So you twisting this around to use this so-called reverse psychology is a fail on about 3 fucking levels. Especially considering you don't know the first thing about cancer. So you can collectively kiss all of our fucking asses.
Well, and here's the thing about it. You know, I'm fairly certain that everybody in this chat right now has been affected in some way or another by cancer. For anybody to sit up there and say that somebody chose to have cancer.
That you're right. That's your
Yorkie,
choice.
Yorkie, right. I'm very sorry. Yorkie, Snow Lion, and anyone else who is currently fighting cancer, I am so sorry that there are people like him in this world that still breathe air. because there are people like y'all and my sister who wanted to live so badly, and then there's pieces of shit like this who still breathe air, who contribute absolutely nothing useful to society. Well, 50% happy, he would understand if it, I don't think he would. I don't think he would, because I don't think he's capable of caring about anybody other than himself. And I'm just curious, how many of you right now that are in here, if you have been either personally or in a, some way affected by cancer, please put a 1 in the chat. All of the ones in the chat.
Mhm.
And this should tell somebody something. You would think that this would get to him or to Scotty, but it won't. And it won't because they don't have any empathy or compassion for anybody other than themselves. Those are the only people that they care about. And I am so very sorry to every single one of you. Cancer is an absolutely horrific disease, a disease that nobody chooses to have. And it has no bearing on anything to do with what you eat. Because there are plenty of people who do everything right their entire lives and end up with cancer. His mother and his father, because there are plenty of children who turned out to be absolute hellions and heathens who have an absolutely normal childhood. I'm reading the comments. Well, Bosco, I said that earlier, because Robbie was saying that I'm fat, so that's the reason that I have health problems. And it's funny that he says that, because there are, well, Courtney, keep your opinion to yourself in my chat. But like I said, there are plenty of people who are skinny, who have heart disease, cancer. Cancer doesn't discriminate. The ignorance that comes out from these people every single day, I don't know why any of it surprises me.
No, they're like a verbal version of a shitty Discord chat. Who can say the lowest shit? Who gets the giggles and thumbs ups and hearts for saying the worst, fucking lowest, filthiest shit?
Is there anybody that missed what he said?
And another thing, Robbie, if you're so confident in your so called recovery and you're all clean and you're like, shouldn't you have nothing to worry about if anyone were to question it?
Courtney, number one, until you're in the situation or the position like some of us are that he's attacking, shut the fuck up. Because I don't give two shits about your advice.
Hey, Courtney,
No,
you
you
could
can fuck
watch
off.
another video. You can go somewhere else.
Yeah, I am. I'm going to play it again. So, again, trigger warning. This is something that he said today on his live stream or this morning on his live stream. And not only have I had family members who have fought cancer, my grandfather passed away from cancer that had metastasized to his bones. And I've talked about that several times. At the end, he couldn't even sit up without just being in horrific pain. And I'll never forget getting in or sitting on the bed and putting my back to his to help him sit up because the heat from my back helped him to not hurt as much. My Aunt Debbie had cancer, colorectal, same as my sister. And she went through treatment and she was fine. And then a COVID vaccine took her out. A year after she was in remission. And 2 years later, my sister is diagnosed and dies in 4 months from the time she was diagnosed. You don't ever know. You don't ever know. I mean, and I've said this before since I came back. Every one of us is one diagnosis away from our entire existence changing. Yes, Becky. She had an allergic reaction to one of the boosters that they give you. Never give up? No, my sister didn't have symptoms. She got sick, thought she had a stomach virus in August, couldn't get over it. And after several trips to the ER, they finally did a colonoscopy. And actually, on Aunt Debbie's birthday, she was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic colorectal cancer. And it had metastasized to her cervix, her uterus, her kidneys. And she lived 4 months, a little over 4 months from the time she was diagnosed. She died on January 31st. She was 42. And I can assure you, Robbie, my sister did not make the choice to die because she wanted more than anything in this world to live for her children who now don't have a mother. And I know that the reason that he said these things was to try to inflict as much pain as possible on me because his feelings are hurt because of what I said about his addiction. I don't care. Because I know that the things he says aren't true. And I also know that these are nothing but the ravings of a lunatic, a man who has absolutely nothing in his life that is positive. Nothing. He is a lonely, miserable man with nobody in his life that cares anything about him. And he does not care who he hurts in the process of his spiraling to rock bottom. So, as I said, this is a trigger warning. This is what he said this morning. I apologize to anybody that this affects negatively, but I think that this needs to be said or needs to be heard by anybody and everybody. Because this is not a good person. This is not a good man. In all honesty, this is an absolute waste of breath.
With cunt. Nobody chooses to be addicted to anything. So listen up. Just because, Natasha Cooper, and I want you to listen carefully to what I'm about to say. Just because you're ditzy, blonde, cunty, white trash, Jerry Springer looking fucking stringy haired sister chose, right? Did she choose to die of cancer, Natasha? Yeah, she did. You want to know why? Because her fucking food choices. Look who raised you, bitch. Your diet that your mother taught you is filthy. She should be ashamed. Your aunt, your grandma, okay? Honey, that's a health hazard. That runs in the family, girl. Your family tree is a diabetic fucking mess. And that's a choice. You choose, Natasha. Now listen carefully, Natasha. Your sister chose to abuse her fucking system to the point where that shit shut the fuck down. It gave up. It was like, fuck this shit, dude. I can't take this shit no more. Fuck it. She didn't take care of herself. That's a choice. Therefore, her health fucking gave up on her. Much like your aunt and your grandma, and your mom's on her deathbed now, and the beat goes on, honey. The beat fucking goes on. That's a choice. And we're looking at...
No, my mother has not heard this. And if I have my way, she never will. And in the comments, I don't know if y'all noticed that was circled or not, but in the comments, Scotty says, who do you think will go first? Her mom or Jax? Well, how can you sit in a chat while that's said? Because that's exactly who they are, Peach. The people that sat in that chat are no better than him. No, Jax doesn't have cancer. That we know of yet. And that's another thing that pissed me off about what Scotty said. You know, for Scotty to claim that she was Jax's friend anybody has heard what Jax got up on panel and said when he was in the hospital last week, that he has a cyst that they are going to do an operation to remove. And at that point, then they'll do pathology on it to find out if it is benign or if it is cancerous. So even though he doesn't have a diagnosis of cancer, and my mom doesn't either, for Scotty to say in that chat while he's saying these things, who do you think will go first? Her mother or Jax? I can assure you that what she meant was not lost on me. And I haven't made any secrets about my mother's health. She has lupus. Well, Sam B, that's because that's what these people are. Nothing but evil. They are literally two absolute wastes of breath and air. Well, Peppercorn, these two feel like they are completely untouchable because they've gotten away with this kind of stuff for so long. I'm getting messages.
Yeah, it is revolting.
Well, like I said, I don't know that there are words to describe him. Well, and that's true. The fact that Lycan told him that this was wrong and he shouldn't be talking about it.
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, he could have just sat and lampooned, wait, it's your choice to eat. It's your choice to eat. So you have no one to blame but yourself, or you keep eating and it's your choice. And so you don't have any, but no, why do you have to take it to this painful thing when, in the concept in his brain is this is some reverse psychology, like how hurtful it is to try to say this about your family. Robbie, you're not in recovery. You're not humble. You don't do any of the fucking 12 steps. You don't fucking drink and say you're still in recovery. Your shit, your entire life is a symptom of your spiritual fucking disease. Whether we call it a physical one or not, it was still your choice to not apply the steps. You can ballyhoo all you want to with these fucking videos about recovery this and recovery that, but it's fucking absolutely clear that you don't make amends with people. You don't take an inventory of your own behavior. You don't practice shit. It is very obvious that you're not in recovery. So you can take offense. You're taking offense at the idea that somebody, in this case Natasha, who had never had a drug or an alcohol problem, having an opinion about it, one way or the other, shouldn't affect you in any conceivable fucking way. It's like you telling me that I'm on probation still. I don't fucking care that you say that. I'll go outside and sit and wait for these so-called cops to come and get me. It's funny because I don't fucking care. I'm not going to sit and say, you know what, Robbie? By you saying that I'm a probation and I'm not, it's like you saying that Siren has AIDS and you have someone in your family that actually passed away from AIDS. You're not ever going to get that. You're not smart enough to comprehend that shit.
Well, and here's the thing about Lycan. Do I think that Lycan's changed? No, I don't. I think that these people have shown us exactly who they are. And trust me, I believe them. Can people change? Absolutely. Have these people changed? No.
None.
They may say things every once in a while that make you think that they have, but they haven't. And Scotty was just in his chat and he was just in Robbie's. So, I mean, really?
Mhm.
Oh, Pink Kelly, I bet he'd have something to say about that. Well, nobody's bad. I'm just saying I've learned some very valuable lessons on this platform. And I have forgiven people many more times than I should have. And that old saying, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them, holds true with the majority of the people on this platform.
Mhm.
What do you mean, Tiffany? I don't understand how they're allowed on here either. I truly don't. Oh, and to whichever one of you was trying to get the channel taken down because of community guidelines, nice try. I bet you were surprised to see me go live.
Yeah.
On the same channel that you tried to take down. And that goes back to tell me you're triggered without telling me you're triggered.
Boo boo.
Well,
Little
I didn't
little
come
trigger.
I didn't come back here for this. And that's the thing. And I talked to Jax about this earlier and I've talked to Tiffany about it. I've talked to my mods, Craft and Nose.
I talked to Jax too, yeah.
He told me. And there are just certain things that that aren't worth talking about. And there's some things that I can't talk about. Things like this that Robbie said absolutely need to be made public. And if you're offended, feel free to make a complaint. But I came here to laugh, have a good time, and unwind after I get through on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And it has gotten so far from that because of Nikki, then Robbie, then Scotty, then Siren. Because of the four of them, my entire point of coming back over here has been derailed. And I'm tired of it. Like I am tired of listening to them. I am tired of hearing the nonstop repetitiveness and word salad, talking in circles shit that they do. I am tired of their delusional way of thinking. I mean, it is obvious that all four of them have mental illnesses. It is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
to anyone with a brain cell. You don't have to be educated in that particular field to realize that these 4 people are not stable mentally. So why listen to people that are crazy? People who literally think that it's a flex to be crazy.
It's a chosen shared insanity. Let me partake of the craziness.
I'm Gucci. It doesn't matter if he hides it or not. It's screen recorded. Well, they do, Tiffany. And I say this with 100% sincerity. They truly have no life other than YouTube. And what life they do have outside of here is absolutely miserable. Well, that's getting handled. And it is hilarious to me how these people are trying to justify the death threat. Even that poor old Amber that used to be a mod for me. Bless her heart. She tries so hard. Her and that poor old Liberty farmer. Ain't neither one of them got the sense that God gave Billy Goats. River Rat neither. River Rat, I'm not sure where you think I have books underneath my laptop to get better angles of myself. Shug. But let's face it, it wouldn't matter what angle you took a picture of your ugly ass self. You still gonna be ugly. So you can continue to make your stupid ass comments everywhere you go, because I realize that other than getting in a canoe on the river in the middle of Georgia and being in your tiny home, that you have absolutely no life or anything else to do other than be on here. But do you see a book? Angles. I still got one chin and a little bit of another one. Let's see you. No filter. Nothing. And this is what my hair looks like. Not brushed. I was literally laying down talking Sweet Cheeks before he went to sleep. River Rat, let's see what your hair looks like with your buzz cut.
I actually do have books under my laptop. I have a box right here, and inside it are all these books. And why? Because my coffee table's way down there.
Well, I'm literally, okay, so I have this desk, and then I have...
You meant me, not her.
I have this, and this slants up. But I mean, okay, so here you go, River Rat. And Crampton has clothes on. Where are you going? All right, be careful. Cameras turn on over here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Sweet Cheeks wanted me to paint them pink, so I did.
I have mine lifted up here because I can't like go down here and like see the shit. I have to.
Well, I have mine lifted up here so I can see the comments on this side.
Right.
Because if it's down here, I'm having all the time to do this.
If you're going to do angles, you'd go and get a web camera and stick on the thing and then put it on a big tripod and, be a whole production.
Yeah, and I'm
almost
not doing all that.
Like
that's just like they said that I've got a humongous ring light. I don't have a light. I have a lamp. Right here. This is the only light that I have is a lamp.
I got a lampy thing I just finally started using,
I ain't even got that.
but I don't
literally
use it
have
on my
a
head.
lamp.
People don't need to see this. I mean, the less, you see this.
It's amazing to me. They're over here acting like I'm using fancy filters.
Yeah. No shit.
This is my fish.
Yeah, we need to find out from her how we can get these filters. She's got to give us an insider.
Oh, I know which filters they are.
recommendation.
The good thing about TikTok, and this is what they're too stupid to realize, is if you look on the screen when
It tells
somebody's
you.
live,
Like
it
right
tells
under-
you what filter they're using. Dirt, 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 dirt. Literally tells you the filter that they're using.
Mm-hmm. I instinctively mute my camera to smoke, though. I'm not gonna put that on, even though it's not on TikTok. Over there, they banana your
You
channel.
be poofed.
Yeah, which is crazy. With all the other shit they allow, that they think smoking's. Oh no, don't smoke. You can go ahead and show your entire naked body if you want.
Stop making sense, Breezy. I know, right? I mean, seriously, look at my hair.
We'll do a hair competition.
A hair competition? Well, mine's a hot mess. Listen, if we do a hair competition, Sweet Cheeks is winning.
Oh, it's Jesus.
Look at me and Grafton.
Holy Willie Nelson, what are you doing?
Hot dog water hair.
I laughed so hard when Robbie said hot dog water today.
You don't know hot dog water.
I thought it was funny when they said Crafton was wearing a turtleneck in 100-degree weather.
Oh God.
Yes, Grafton wants to win. I need
Trying
to
to have
I have to
a
poof my
spiritual
hair up.
awakening
Hold
like a
on.
sweat lodge.
Oh,
Trying to have
well, this is
visions.
this is
Well, your hair beat mine. Mine looks all stringy and shit as usual. I hate my hair actually.
Yeah,
I'm
I won't. You have nice volume.
well, I just
Yeah.
did you not see what I just did? I'm over here.
Yeah, my hair is long, but it's just I've had it in ponytail for too many years. Oh,
The
wait a minute.
cat. The cat is the best.
Ray wants to play with it. Ray is the neediest cat lately. What's up, Ray? Say hi. He's like, what are we flapping these things about?
Now I gotta try to get this mess contained again.
Yeah, I look like a sea monster right now. I've been crying basically all day. I will not be turning my camera on. It would be frightening. Look at him.
Listen,
This cat loves to be cradled. He'll grab your hand. Look at it, he's doing it. He will grab your hand and pull it to him. I've never seen a cat do that. He'll use his entire paw and do that and pull.
I saw a comment that one of them made, and I can't remember who it was. Somebody sent me a screenshot. I'm gonna have to find it. Where one of them was literally talking about the fact that Sweet Cheeks was going to, when he sees my face and how fat my face is, he's going to get back on an airplane.
That he's gonna do what?
Get back on an airplane
Tuck tail and run.
when he sees my face and how fat it is. Number one, he is constantly trying to pinch my cheeks through the screen.
And I love how they think they're inside his head, a random stranger that you'd never met. You just know all of these opinions that he's going to have.
Well,
Tell us what his favorite food is and which food he's going to take one bite of and never eat again.
Well, it's funny because it's just like everything else. They're so ignorant to certain things. It's like they think that people are only attracted to one thing or one type of person or one type of, one body shape or one this or one that. And that's not the case. And because if that was the case, none of them would ever have any kind of significant other.
Mm-hmm.
Which, wait, they don't.
The camera's better. It's a little better.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. And then, okay, so when that doesn't work, then they go to the fact, oh, well, he's young. No way could he actually like her. She's old, she's fat, he's young, he's not. And then they go into the from a different country thing. And the ignorance about the different country is well, she already does just another troll. When she's here and I'm talking to him or I'm live with him, he, like yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Yes, it was. Or maybe it was the day before. I don't know. He was putting filters on, trying to entertain her and get her to laugh. And they have no idea what he's like when he's not being goofy on here. And he does the shit on here just to be stupid. He's not actually like that off of here.
Well, they're running out of ammunition with that, and that's why they're going back to the more mean, hurtful things. And again, like I said last night, I mean, you only have so many times that you can actually do something like that. And
well, it was just like them saying, just like Bill last night, saying that he had talked to his family, and he was 17. Oh, here's one screen name. Here's a winner. Let's put it up on the screen.
Feeder.
We all know he is a feeder or chubby chaser if he honestly wants you. People are so dumb. They're men into the obese.
They're men.
They're men into the obese.
Is that a call to action? They're men.
They're
into the obese.
Into the obese.
You're right.
Is that like into the ocean?
The void.
Into the what?
Yeah. Who is we? And how do we all know this?
They corrected themselves. There are men.
Into the obese.
There are men.
Into the obese.
He is a feeder. What does he feed me? He doesn't want me to drink sweet tea. What?
Ray, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, why does this? Who cares what he's into or not into? I mean, who?
This is the funny thing about this, because he and I talked about this too. So this is another way for them to justify the fact that, oh, he probably does like her, but he has to be into some kind of fetish in order for him to like her, because she looks like this, and he couldn't possibly be attracted to her for any reason other than he wants to feed her or he's into fat women.
Tell us what the lotto is. I mean, if you got all these like extrasensory perception skills,
Hey,
you could mind reading and whatnot. What number am I thinking of right now?
Well, and this is nothing new. This is the same kind of stuff that they've been saying this entire time.
oh, bless you.
Thank you. Yes, exactly, Pocket Sand. They literally have taken this honey mustard thing that I said one time and made it into some conspiracy theory about honey mustard.
It was 13. Y'all didn't get it.
Well, they don't take into consideration that, people from other countries don't think the same as people from here think. They aren't raised the same way. They have different, whatever. And they just make assumptions that just because they're focused on how somebody looks, that everybody else is too. And it's not even that. It's just that
No. They're just trying to hurt you.
well, I know what they're doing. That's what they've always done. They've always focused on my weight. Always. And even though I've lost a huge amount of weight, they don't have anything else to do. So they literally attack anything that they can. And for instance, so today, and I don't know if any of y'all saw it who were in the lives or not, but when Sweet Cheeks and I were battling those two girls, the one of the Asian girls was talking about how he was hot. And his friend that was in my chat went over to their chat and said, they're in a relationship. Don't disrespect them by saying things about him. And those girls just kept on and on and on and on and on. And after the fact, because he wasn't paying them any attention. He pays them no attention. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever been watching him. So like, if somebody comes, if he's going to battle somebody, or if he's doing a battle and somebody comes on there and they're showing anything that he would consider being disrespectful to him or me, he puts his hand up and then like disconnects so that he doesn't have to see it. Cleavage, whatever. He won't do it. And these people from here, they don't know anything about respect. They don't respect themselves. I mean, hell, look at Robbie. Look at Scotty. Scotty literally shows her tits to anybody and everybody.
Yuck.
That's not
Yucky.
He's extremely conscientious of how you are feeling and making sure you're secure with, like, he has a hyper focus on that. It's crazy because it's just how much he cares, right? Like he wants to make sure constantly, even if we're just, I've seen him on your panel where we're just joking around and he's adamant, like, no, you're my girl. He's very, very diligent about that. And like, these people are just trying to hurt you, man. They don't, you could literally present the most perfect situation, picture, whatever the thing may be, and they will twist it and pick it apart. They just want to hurt you. These are just nasty
exactly
people.
Right. And I said that the other day because they don't care how old he is.
No.
They don't care how old I am. They don't care what country he's from. They don't care anything about it. The only thing they care about is trying to make sure that I'm miserable like they are and trying to come between the two of us so that I'm not happy.
That's it. It's sick. That's all they want to do. They want to drag you down into the mud with them, into the sewer. That is truly it. We could go on the rest of the time, not say a word, not mention them, not bring Sweet Cheeks around, nothing. They will continue this on and on and on by their own devices. They don't even need.
And just to confirm that, I left here for a year and a half. Was gone. These people followed me to another platform, joined in with other people, bringing their same shit from here over there to try to ruin that. I mean, and that's like this Amber and Liberty Farmer, because they're two of the ones that went to TikTok. Toxicity, all of these people who have these hard-ons for me, and that's what it is, hard-ons. I mean, they literally, something ain't right in their brains. That they were affected so much by me that they can't shut the fuck up. And I would hate to know that I was ever that way about anybody. And they don't realize how pathetic they are. Like, if you look at these people's channels or chats that talk shit about me, these same people are there in every single chat. Ruth Ann. I mean, it's the same tired ass people. River Rat. Same people that are in every single chat on every channel saying the same shit. Every time. Every time. Sizzle Silva. S. Hockett. Same ones. Always. And
I think Delaney's got a few alts too, and then finally just mans up and just uses her own.
Well, and then, you know, they talk about how bad I am and how bad I am, but they cannot stop following me. They can't stop saying my name. They can't stop talking about me. And they act like I'm the problem. No, I'm not. Y'all are the problem. Y'all have a problem, a psychiatric problem. And you know what, Lonnie? You're right. Amber's from the 90-day community. She's done a lot to hide. Amber who, Alicia?
Oh, that's a different Amber. I think they're talking about the classy responses with Amber, that one girl.
I don't even know who that bitch is.
She's a weirdo.
Exactly, and I've given her zero attention. Well, Wyoming is hiking on the YouTube streets. And she's definitely catching some trout. Just saying. But if you look at the people, if you look at the caliber of people that are in these chats, that are making these comments, that are doing the things that they're doing.
I wouldn't want to go to lunch in public with these people. Let's just put it like that.
I would not be seen anywhere in public with these people.
Right. Like it would be, I wouldn't do it. It would be humiliating. Like, I don't even think they know how to act in public, but I can't even imagine like some meet and greet or somewhere. Like Robbie's wedding.
Well, Delta, somebody sent me a screenshot of that too, where they were talking about how many bridesmaids I was going to have. And I can't remember who it was. I don't even remember that I said that how many bridesmaids I was going to have. And here's the thing, y'all. They are so fucking ignorant that they think that this whole wedding thing in August is real.
Yeah.
They're literally that fucking stupid.
They are. It cracks me up when they come up with these fantastical, like, you know, they play it out, you know, oh, well, she only has this many days to get this done and do that. And they're actually like, they have these people have lost all sense of reality. Like, they don't even understand sarcasm or just basic, like, playful trolling anymore. You know what I mean? It was like Nikki last night going over that picture of that woman. Nobody really thought that was her. Okay.
Exactly.
We were poking. No, people can pick up on the fact that we were poking fun. But she took it so seriously. Yeah, people in the chat saying somebody needs to reach out to this woman and let her know that her photos. I mean, it's so insane to me that basic logic is lost on these people. Basic stuff. Like, I mean, your wedding is going to fall on Teddy's birthday. That alone, I mean, no, just kidding. But no, they actually.
Teddy's the ring bearer.
If it was up to him, we probably would be married in August, but that ain't happening. And then the whole thing about the ring that's on my hand, you know, and them saying that it was $2 from Temu. Okay, number one, I've told some people how this whole ring thing came about. So I used to buy gold and silver, and I have a shit ton of rings. Rings are like my weakness. I love them. And I have them in these velvet cases that look like they came from a jewelry store. And he was asking me, I don't even remember. Oh, yes, I do. We were talking about jewelry or something because he said, I've never seen you wear jewelry. You don't wear rings? Because in his culture, women wear a lot of rings.
Yeah.
A lot. And I was like, I mean, I do, but not very often. And I said, I have a ton of them. And so I was showing him my rings, and he said, okay, I want to pick one out for you to wear. And he was like, okay, top row, third from the left. And it's literally my grandmother's ring.
Wow.
He had no
Oh.
idea. He had
He
no
had
idea
no idea.
that it was when he picked this one, but it's my grandmother's ring. And yes, I'm wearing it.
That's sweet.
And it's not a diamond, it's an amethyst. It's a white amethyst. It has diamonds on the side of it, but it's literally a 50, 60-year-old ring.
Mm-hmm.
That's real. I just thought, and for them, we both laughed at this whole Timu shit. And oh, he didn't really send me that ring. He didn't do that. He didn't send me a fucking ring.
I swear.
God bless. Y'all are
And
fucking
then when
idiots.
they attempt the sarcasm, you end up with that vitriolic, filthy spew that you got right there of his ass. He's trying to use reverse psychology and say this, I'm not actually really saying that any of that happened, and she can't get that I am using that as an example of what it feels like when someone tells you that your disease is a choice and all this. And it's like, you didn't even do that right. I mean, Robbie is really technically not very good at this.
None of them are
Because he's
crafty.
dumb. Because they're all dumb.
Fucking stupid.
None of them are.
They were even criticizing the fact that you were eating cake for something. I don't know what it was for. There was some cake situation going on. I think it was Scotty who was saying this. And she was like, she didn't even send him a cake. Like, what the? Come on, man.
Send him a cake.
Yeah, something where you were eating cake and there's something about cake.
Okay, so he got me a cake when I got to a certain level on his stream. And then I got him a cake. Well, he's gotten me a cake twice. And then I got him one, and it was hilarious because Mariah decorated it. It looked like it was bleeding. That was a hilarity all of its own. And that's the day that I literally was sucking on the spatula for their content, and they didn't even talk about it.
Not one person clipped that. Nobody.
Oh my God. And I did everything but deep throat the damn spatula, and they didn't talk about it at all.
Nobody clipped that. I've been waiting. Not a soul.
I was pissed. It's like I eat a lollipop and the world ends, and I'm over here sucking off a damn spatula and nobody says a word.
Like, you were licking it up and down and everything.
Yes.
They're so dumb.
Listen, I reckon, Lady Witch, they wanted me to send a cake to Pakistan. I don't know.
That's what they're saying. That's what they were saying. You should. Oh my gosh, my laptop's going wild. Sorry. That's what they were saying. That you should have sent him a cake. It's like, these people. This, what it reminds me of? When we were little kids and we would play pretend, right? And we'd come up with these stories with our dolls or whatever we were playing with, and they were just over the top, just unrealistic, crazy. That's literally the same kinds of things they apply to you. In everybody, really, when they come up with these ideas about things, it's the most immature, stunted growth, stunted development I've seen in adults ever.
That was the one that, Mariah decorated it. Yeah, Mariah decorated it. And then they were laughing about his picture, that AI picture of him proposing, about how cringy it was. It's supposed
to be. Oh my gosh.
Sanderella, I don't know if she does or not. She might.
Well, according to somebody, we had a link up for y'all to join to learn how.
To learn, we had a TED talk on her or some shit. Yeah.
And he does want, and you're right, Julie Bear, he does want to do things the right way. He does. Because he is old fashioned. Much more so than people here.
Well, he's principled as well. That's principle.
Well, he is. And it's not just that, but their culture is so different.
Yeah.
So different. And that he is a gentleman, Barbie. He is. And you're right though. These people, it wouldn't matter what I made a fund about. It wouldn't matter what. Robbie is live now, blaming me, of course. Oh, let's see.
He's talking about his animals that he'll never see again, and how it was just driving force to get better. And now this guy is so mental, man.
Tasha and friends are the problem. Number one, my name is Natasha. Only people that are my friends call me Tasha, and you are not my friend.
They're beating up on his mom so much. All she did was leave him a very loving but stern comment about his piss poor behavior. She,
brutally honest, says she needs the jaws of life to get out of her front door. Gotcha now. You're right, Robbie. Natasha just keeps on and on. Natasha loves drama and chaos. Locum, I just said, I've seen the growth in you lately.
Oh my God.
And I know the behaviors. People who say they know what happens but don't speak with you are just assuming off of emotions. Y'all.
Come on.
And here's this dumbass Ruth saying, well, hell, I'm glad I found out that I'm nuts, according to Natasha. The day she becomes a doctor, then she can say that. Honey, ain't nobody got to be a doctor to know you're a nut.
No.
Money Mike. Natasha's like a magician. As soon as she opens her door, men disappear.
Look, my says here, I remember during one of my cruises how worried everyone was trying to track you down. Track them down? Like why would they be trying to track grown-ass man down? I don't get that. What, because he disappeared? The little baby boy ran away? This is so pathetic. I just found out I'm a psychopath. LOL. And see if she only knew.
They only like Rachel Townsend, but Clownsend. They're calling her Clownsend because she donates money.
They need to leave Rachel alone. Provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. Provoke not your children?
I know. I see that. Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, I missed that whole part of the Bible because
Gotcha now said, just like a few minutes ago, she had to bump her jowls about River Rat, and this has nothing to do with her. She talks about any and everyone. Nothing to do with her? She's running her mouth every fucking where. NC doesn't know how to be respectful or respectful of others. She thrives on that. Now, Wyoming says I'm going to eat my words that she doesn't hike. No, bitch. I said you hike the YouTube streets. Natasha had $250 in the box with the same 5 chatters. Same 5?
there's no God around NC, none. I want to know how they define God, right? Because I feel like they don't really understand.
Y'all, I honest to God have never seen people this stupid. Ever. If you're here, would you please put a 1 in the chat? I'm just curious about the 5 chatters. Hmm. It looks like there's more than 5 there, Money Mike.
He just
Just
said,
saying.
God loves you, bitches. He acts like he's God's hype man. You know what I mean? Like he's a spokesperson.
I agree. Let me play this shit.
Natasha Cooper's over there saying, because she's talking about addiction, she's trashing people's addiction. She's not allowing somebody to recover. She doesn't want me to be in recovery.
What?
She doesn't want that. So she thought it'd be a good idea yesterday, as she's saying today on her panel, saying he's trying everything he can, saying things he knows will hurt me. No, ma'am, listen up. You decided to play a clip of me reading a very beautiful post of a fellow friend that's in recovery as well. And joking because it brought, it was an emotional, beautiful post. It brought tears to my eyes, happy tears, because I can 100% relate. That was a
No, you
joke to
can't.
Natasha. She decided to play that, make a
Y'all.
joke out of it because she can't get her own content. So my response to that was, she was bashing people who are in recovery.
I was?
And she
Oh
was
my
bashing
God.
them, comparing it to cancer. She brought cancer into this conversation.
Oh my God.
So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, wait, what? And she's like, people with cancer are sick. Addiction is not a disease. And she went on and on and on about it. So she started the comparison.
Yalen,
And
this
so I
has been the
continued the
whole time I've been on the
comparison.
internet.
And then she continued to say, anybody who has ever started a substance, you did that to yourself.
You did.
And you choose
Did
to
they
be
not?
addicted. And that's where she's wrong.
That's not what I
You
said.
do choose to self-medicate. You never think it's going to become an addiction. You don't choose a painful life of possibly having withdrawals. That's not a choice. Okay. When people self-medicate, or even if they try a drug or anything like that, they're not planning on becoming addicted. They're planning on having that
You sent me back up.
immediate temporary numbing is what it is. And since she knows nothing about it, she doesn't know what it fucking feels like. So I explained it to her. The only way to explain to Natasha Cooper what addiction feels like is to look at her addictions and be like, okay, well, she's never been addicted to drugs. Good for her. Or alcohol. What is she addicted to? She's addicted to attention, gambling,
Oh my God, we're back on the
and food. So the only way to explain how being a recovering addict is to explain if she were to try to recover from her eating addiction or whatever it is. And she didn't like that. Well, why did that conversation get brought up in the first place? Because Natasha Cooper tries her best to hurt people.
Oh my God. Y'all.
And you can shout from the rooftops about Jesus all you fucking want to, but there ain't nothing Jesus like about any of these conversations we go back and forth with. I'll tell you what is Jesus like is me trying to keep my peace when you're trying to
Y'all.
involve me in your fight with my friend Darlene Nikki. And I was keeping my peace. You didn't allow that.
I ignored your ass. Literally
You didn't-
ignored your ass. Stopped responding to your ignorant ass for over a week. And because I didn't continue the argument with you, let you have the last word, and fucking ignored you, you lost your shit and said I left you on red. I did. Because there was absolutely nothing else to say to you. Nothing. Why argue with a fence post? I know that you don't stand up for people that you care about. You never have. You expect them to stand up for you, but you never stand up for them, which is exactly what I said. I ignored you, and you couldn't stand it.
Want that. And then you've got my mom up in those chats preaching the word of Jesus. Mom, you are as evil as they come. My mom goes around while Natasha is making jokes about shit being on my bed sheets from my ass because I was
never joke
raped
about that.
in my bed. My mom supports Natasha making jokes and taunting me, saying I'm not in recovery and all this.
You're not.
What kind of fucking mom deserves respect like that? Again, let me remind you, thank you, Mom, for coming on YouTube and putting on display and showing why not only myself, but my two brothers and my sister do not talk to you and have forbidden you. Here's the kicker. Pay attention to this part. My mom was forbidden from speaking to her own grandchildren. Now, almost every of my nieces are grown adults. Why haven't they reached out to her? Because they know how she is. They saw it when they were kids. And when the other two nieces are of adult age, they're not going to speak to her either. Do you see why?
Nope.
Because she puts it on display on here every time she comes on.
He puts it on display.
Don't come preaching to me about God when you all know nothing. Every opportunity you have to make amends with somebody, to have peace, to squash shit, to move on, even if you're not forgiving them, even if you don't become friends with them, to just move on. You, Natasha, have turned down every opportunity. You've been presented with that.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Well, Tira, every Christmas, every holiday, every Mother's Day, my mom's reminded of that, and she still doesn't give a fuck. She will sit there and complain why she's not getting phone calls, why none of her children talk to her, none of her grandchildren. It's because of your behavior, Joan. Yes, my mom is an addict. Yes. And I've spoke about how my addictions started as a kid. My mom would drink with us as underage kids. My mom would supply liquor for me and my friends as underage kids, and my brother and my sister and all them. And sure, it was great. She let us drink at my house. That was the place to be. My house was popping with parties all the time as a kid. If it wasn't my mom's party, it was my dad's. If it wasn't his, it was my brother's or my sister's or mine. Alcohol was very present in my childhood. That's why I
Oh,
became
yeah.
addicted to alcohol, and that's a fact. That is a fact. She's a dry drunk now, Patty. Ever since my mom and my father got arrested, what was it, 4 years ago? 5 years ago for getting drunk and beating the piss out of each other. They were both taken to jail. And I'm pretty sure that's when she stopped completely, but she's definitely a dry drunk for sure. And them talking about, oh, his arrest and all this. My parents were arrested for way worse as of recently, in the recent years.
Oh,
I didn't put my hands on anybody when I was arrested. They did. My parents sure did, and it was each other. So, Joan, I don't need your fucking advice over there on anything, especially not Jesus, honey. Because my mom uses Jesus as a weapon nonstop, but she
Really?
don't practice what's in that Bible of hers. There's a specific verse. I'm on my phone, so can somebody look it up? It's don't fucking anger your children. Don't provoke them. What you doing on
don't
YouTube, honey?
don't
Provoking
anger your
child.
children. What a
There's
little
also a
bitch he
commandment
is.
that says, honor thy father and thy mother.
Now, let's just say, let's humor these people. And I know they don't want me to be happy. I know they don't want me to grow. I know they don't want me to have peace. I've offered these people peace offerings. They don't take it. So, Crafton, we don't need you over there preaching about making amends, bitch. Because if making amends was a thing with you guys, you wouldn't have content. That is not even on the table. So let's humor them and say that I was not in recovery, okay? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
He expects us to give
Taunting,
one single
making
shit
jokes.
about him and his recovery.
So
Exactly.
whether in recovery or not, you're poking and poking and poking at somebody.
Oh,
And it is a fact. The reason I was ever addicted to anything or self-medicated with anything was because of stress, anxiety, sadness, depression,
Who the fuck
boredom,
doesn't have
even
all those things, dumbass? But
wanting to
you
have
need
fun.
help, right?
All of those things were triggers to self-medicate.
oh,
For
Robbie
you.
needs to be
And you know
wrapped
that's
in
what you're doing. You're
wool and
trying to
put
trigger
in a
me
bubble.
to self-medicate.
Nobody has to trigger you.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Alcohol was part of the food pyramid in my home growing up. And my own birth mother, I'm not going to call it, she's not a mother to anybody. The one who, because this was not, my struggles with substances were not anything new. They began as a child, folks. So my mom has witnessed this. She's watched me struggle over the years, over the decades. She knows all about it. She knows how hard it's been. She knows she's seen my relapses. She's been there through it. She's been there when I've disappeared. What the fuck are you doing, Joan? She's seen what triggered them. And she's part of the problem.
Oh my God.
So it is
You know,
comical to me witnessing Natasha, of all fucking people, who goes after people's real struggles, who goes after people's issues in life, whether they've gone through them in the past or they're currently going through them. And she puts that shit literally on display on her live streams. And when someone gets offended or hurt or claps back at her,
snaps back.
she then again uses their content, puts it on display to try to make them look like they're the fucking this. No, Natasha, you are the one who goes after people's issues that you know is going to affect them in some way, shape, or form. And Lycan, you coming into my comment section preaching about you shouldn't say that about Rachel in it, save it, Lycan. The only reason you would be defending Rachel, Lycan, is because you know she pumps out good donations.
Oh my God.
We see you, Lycan, and it's money motivated. So save it. I don't give a fuck how much money somebody donates to me. You are not gonna not be called out when you're a vile fucking person. And Rachel, you are a vile fucking person.
Okay.
He's
You
so
know what?
mad that Jamie never sent him a dick pic.
Thank you, Patty.
Just breaks his heart.
This is just listen. This is nothing but he's pissed off
Mhm.
because his mother was over here in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, she left him a comment on his stream that's now hidden because he's spineless and he's a little weenie. She left him a comment on his stream and that was very, like I said, it was stern, but it was still loving, motherly type of it was maternal, right? But it was stern. She was scolding him for the shit he said because what he said was horrible. And he lost his mind under this comment. I mean, it was bonkers. He pinned it. He was raging out, replying. Then you have that creep StingTube come into the comments and a couple other people who are actually backing him up on what he was saying. All she said to him is, I am so ashamed of what you said to Rachel about her daughter. And this, and basically, you need to truly find Jesus. If this is what you're going to preach to everybody, you need to actually do it, right? And repent, which is completely accurate, right? So he goes off. You see how she abuses me, right? It was so pathetic. But this little prick actually is going to sit here and try and convince us that he's worth the steps. Isn't it like the second or third step of any program that you have to come to terms with the people you've hurt and go to them individually and apologize to them without any type of attachments to it for what you have done?
I think it's the 6th and 7th, I think. Moral inventory, share the inventory, make a list of all the people we had harmed, become willing to make amends is 6, I think.
Right. So there's no step. There's no,
7.
so there's no step in there where you blame everybody around you and your parents and your excuses for the purposes of clapback. Right.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Well, and then him saying, that I didn't want peace. None of us wanted peace. What? Hell no, I don't want peace. I've asked for peace for how long? How many months did I say, leave me alone?
Right. And that's.
How many months? And because y'all are getting some clapback that you can't handle, now you want peace. And because I said no, that's a mortal sin. Fuck you.
Nothing even happened to him. I can say with him, our falling out with him and I personally, nothing happened. He just made something up. He just made it up that I gave Hooker and Amanda something I never even had possession of.
Well, look
with
at
him
the
and
shit that he made, because I ghosted him, according to him, and didn't respond to his text messages to continue the argument that was going absolutely nowhere. He's lost his ever-loving shit and went on Nikki's panel and trashed me for 6 hours.
Yep.
Yet he can repackage it all in his mind and then verbally to everybody else that it was because he wanted to stay out of what was going on between you and Siren and you and Nikki. And it was like, no, you really didn't. You went over there and went off about it.
Here's what happened, okay? In my opinion, him and Nikki have participated in such gross activities the past almost year now. Those two have done such intrusive, real life, shameful, and unexcusable things to people leading up to that. He had to make a choice, okay? Because I'll tell you, she was pushing him to make that choice. She was not having it. It had nothing to do with Natasha. It had everything to do with that lunatic.
Well, absolutely, because she had been talking about it for days prior to. Literally,
she was
Siren telling him, "Oh, you're going to have a choice to make, and we're going to see what you choose, and this is going to be blah 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 blah." We all knew what she was talking about, because there's only one thing that Siren gives a fuck about, and that's Robbie.
Yep. And she was doing it to him too. She started getting frustrated with him as well, and you could see it. And she started hinting at things with him. And there was at one point she even made a very bold statement of, I can't remember. Don't quote me on this, but it was something along the lines of everything that I know. Right. So those two have participated in some really disgusting things together leading up to all this. And it was basically she holds people hostage. She holds them hostage. They all know what she does and what she's about and how she records and what they've all done together leading up to all this. And so he had to make that choice. So he had to find a reason to be angry with you in order to appease her. And it's pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. In fact, they're trying to turn this around on you now after the things he said to you about your family and your children and everything else. I will never forget that shit. That embedded in my mind. The things he has said about people's children alone, it fucking hurts hearing this shit. He is a sick, sick person, man. Like, I can't even tell you guys that it's just horrible. And he thinks he can wipe that all clean with but my mom gave me beer when I was a teenager. Fuck you, you little he is such a sorry sack of, you know what? I'm sorry, Natasha. It makes me really mad because outside looking in, because this is what he did to me and to Amy and others, and he's so convincing, right? But now it's whittled down to this group of just absolute idiots who just, oh yeah, okay, Robbie, oh yeah, poor Robbie, oh yeah, your parents are bad. They need to take all these people and put them on an island somewhere, right? Like, remove this shit from. It's frustrating to me.
It's been frustrating for me.
Yeah.
It's the same shit every single time. And it never, ever is any different. Ever.
No, it's not. And it's just he's become emboldened for whatever reason. He hasn't even taken a break. He used to, I mean, I was friends with him for a minute and I'd see him, pop up and have these little spurts of this kind of behavior. But this has been consistent nonstop now for, since him and Michael started having problems. He's just been on a rampage. And Akita or the little boy thing, afraid to be alone. Look, we all have our injured child selves that somehow exist in our psyche as adults and all that shit. But I'm sorry, he does act like a little boy, but I don't think he's injured. I just am not buying that. He's spoiled. He's a brat. He's entitled. He got his way too much. He should have been spanked and put in the naughty corner. I don't see him as being injured. I see him as being a petulant little brat who got his way too much, in my opinion. I don't see injury there. I see narcissistic injury as an adult, but not an injured, adult child. I just don't. His parents have been nothing but loving to him, and look at what he said about them. That was my kid, my adult child. When my sons did that to me, I wouldn't talk to them again. I wouldn't. I would put up that personal boundary so they would have to come to me on their knees begging for forgiveness after what he said about his parents. Begging. No way. All of his injury he's inflicted on himself because he's a selfish, self-centered, socially inept piece of shit. That's just how I feel. Oh no. Is it just me? Oh boy. Are we still live? Gosh, now I'm having a panic attack. What do I do? So hello, everybody. Well, no, that's just how I feel about that, man. And it's like the thing is that he can repackage up all of his harm he's caused to people, intentional. All of his harm he's caused has been intentional, and it's just a layer system. he's having to layer on top of layer on top of layer of more behaviors and more excuses and more bullshit in order to cover the last layer. It's just a pattern. It's a loop. It's not going to stop. He's always going to have these pathetic little enablers who need a place to belong or fit in, or who will want to appease him for whatever self-serving reason. But eventually, he's had a lot of dumb luck, and eventually that will come to head. Don't click out save the live. Yeah, no, I'm not. I can sit here and ramble mid panic attack. This normally happens to me. But I mean, we look. It's like beating a dead horse. You guys all know, right? We all know. I know. This isn't earth-shattering information. It's just shocking to me personally, and maybe not so much Natasha, but to me personally, how cruel he is without any type of awareness. Like, he compares a hamster to a child. Like, there's no comparison. You buy a hamster, you know it's going to croak in 2 years. It's a fucking hamster. Excuse my language, but ay. Yeah, first it was Michael's fault. Now it's his parents. Now it's this. Look at. I've had a whole lot of life I've lived, and I've said this on my own channel in the past 43 years. Or, you guys, I keep forgetting how old I am. I'm going to be 45 in August, and I keep saying I'm only 43. I've lived a whole lot of life. The thing I don't do is I don't blame anything that happened to me as a child or as a preteen or as a young adult on my current situation I'm in now. Because, it gets to a point where we have free choice. We have free will. We choose our paths, right? And you can't fix things if you keep blaming everybody. He's just so pathetic. He needs a little tutu and a little tiara over there, And Joan, I just want you to know, I have had a complicated relationship with my own mother, who is an alcoholic, and I have, it was complicated when we were kids, and I'm not saying that you are, but something. As an adult, when I grew up, I realized parents are human, and parents have their own issues they're dealing with, and they make mistakes sometimes and everything. And most adults reconcile that. Nobody has a perfect childhood. And there's nothing that he has shown or expressed or lied about you and your husband that has given me any type of inkling of what he's saying as being truthful. And for your own sakes, if I even looked into Al-Anon meetings near your location, the closest ones, don't worry, I'm not crazy, but Al-Anon really helped me with my mom, and I couldn't find one close to you guys. Like, the closest one was an hour away, but for your sake, it truly is okay to have personal boundaries. Like, it truly is. Oh, there you are.
Oh, it's storming and my internet went out.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was up here. I'm like, okay, I'm by myself, y'all. I'm having a bit of a panic attack. Natasha, when I would,
I could come and tell you that I lost my internet.
When I used to have, I would go live more, and like I'd have more people showing up and stuff. If I would get over 100 people, I'm not even joking, my anxiety would get so bad. I would sometimes end the stream just like mid-sentence. Like, I'd be sitting there and I'd just see my numbers grow, and I'd be like, I can't do this. And just like mid-sentence, I would cut. I don't know why. I'm not shy or anything like that, but something about like all the comments and everything, I don't know. It's funny. So I was just like, I warned everyone. I said, okay, just bear with me here.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, I can get.
But Joan, just to finish up what I was saying, just know that he's grown. You've done your job, and you owe it to yourself and your husband peace of mind, and in your retirement, you owe yourself that peace. And I just hope you gift that to each other, right, with him, because I know the minute I had my first kid, I don't know about you, Natasha, but I immediately had like this overwhelming guilt, like the entire time ever since I had a kid, my first kid. It's like I always feel guilty about everything, but it comes to a point where they're grown, and it's time, you guys got to think of yourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. In fact, it's I just think that's, It's a big part of Al-Anon too. They teach you about that, how it's okay to cut off toxic people, whether you're related to them or not. You know, parents, children, toxic is toxic, man. He doesn't get a pass. He shouldn't. And I apologize for the harsh things he said. Nobody believes him. Nobody believes him.
Nope.
Not even the people supporting him right now believe him. Trust and believe me on that. They're just there because they need a place to be where they can behave like wild animals.
Well, and it's just like I said, these people who are over there and the ones who are whatever over in his chat, it's the same people that are in other places. They literally are like the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But they consider themselves moral compasses, just like Locomai sitting over there now singing his virtues. Bitch, get somewhere and shut up and sit the fuck down. You're just as bad as he is for enabling his bullshit. So you think he's doing better after the shit he said about my sister and my mother?
Wow.
Let him go with you. Oh, wait, he has.
Yeah.
And you bow down because you're a pussy. I have zero respect for any of these people. And I don't care what they say about me. I don't care that they say I'm this and I'm that and all this mess. Say it.
Yep.
He's mad.
Your truth presents itself in a genuine way. Who you are presents itself on a day-to-day basis, right? What they want to they want to craft you into their vision of you because it suits their bad behavior. You know what I mean? These people want to make you into a monster because if you're not, then they're just assholes who enjoy abusing people, right? It's like for people like them who are so sick, the best way for them to let out this bad behavior that they enjoy, because honestly, they have to enjoy this, right? Because they wouldn't keep coming back and doing it. So in order to mask their enjoyment of abusing people, they have to create a villain. They have to create an enemy. So they're trying to squish you into this enemy box in order to shield, the public view of the fact that they're just shitty, abusive people.
And that's exactly what they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's no support there. No, they won't. They won't. And they're not friends and it's not supportive. And, it's just like minds, like hobbies. They like abusing people. I mean, and when I say this stuff, people laugh. They're like, "Oh, but Tiffany's this." Yeah, I have a mouth on me, man. I get pissed, right? But you won't ever see me being cruel. Not
and
like
these
this.
people don't. The things that they say are horrific about everybody. Literally horrific. Unreal.
Yeah. And I've lost the cheese has slid off my cracker a couple times the past few days because it's just been. It's not their words that bother me about me personally. It's the cruelty of their words towards everybody that really just starts to overwhelm me. And when I get super mad, I wind up getting really emotional before I lose my shit, right? So I'll cry and it's just, I've been so frustrated because I just can't imagine wanting to hurt people in this manner with the things that they're using as weapons. It's just so sick. And I don't even want to hurt them back you know what I mean? It's just like, pull your heads out of your asses and just be decent people. Like they can just stop. They can just stop, but they can't because.
I don't know why they can't.
Well, then they won't have anything to do.
Well, that's true. And these people, honestly, I mean,
and it's kind of like a cult too, in a way, because you have these cult leaders and you notice like these prominent cult leaders in the past, like they're constantly pushing a narrative into their followers' heads, right? They don't ever give them the opportunity to have free thinking, choices of opinions or anything. It's like a constant message they have to continuously procure to them in order to keep them in check along the same lines of thinking. And I think part of it too, why they don't stop is the fear of exposure. If they're not constantly making themselves out to be these victims, because people like Nikki, in my opinion, and Robbie and stuff, that's their biggest fear, is having to be ashamed of who they actually are. They're running from that big shame monster all the time,
But they should
Robbie's
be
running.
ashamed of who they are.
They should be, but they refuse to recognize that, because that's like, they
Well, I guess
can't,
they have to take some accountability.
yep. Yep. And then they're not the victims, and they've built a lot of their character and their personality and their support, right? In Robbie's case, financially, off of being this massive, sissy lala victim. He's not. I mean, maybe of that cat eventually. That thing looks like
Bless it. Bless it. Well, and pocket
Baron.
that's the thing. And Jackson and I were talking about that today. That's actually what we're intended on doing tonight. We plan on doing some AI stuff and just being stupid, because we're all over this mess.
Oh God, I'm so over it too.
It's like just constant.
And
I'm
it's sad how
doing what I'm doing and elsewhere, and nobody needs to know.
Right. And it's because I was, even before I was in your chat and stuff, I was even coming over here just to get a break from it, because y'all were laughing so much, and those AI photos are funny, and that's like my thing. I like being goofy and laughing, right? That's like my whole reason I engage with people, and you guys were doing so much of that, but man, they're infectious, and but it's really easy to just stop,
Well, there's nothing about them that's funny.
Not anymore, no.
I don't know that there ever was. Honestly, I really don't. Certainly nothing that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just,
She's been doing that, Crystal.
Scotty must be running scared. She has started back in on Tiffany. Oh yeah. Scotty still hasn't figured anything out. She can keep it up. I won't watch. So anyways, girl, I'm gonna go jump in the pool. It's muggy and I'm sweating
I don't
balls up
blame you,
here.
and it's storming here, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose internet again. So I'm going to get off of here, and so that I don't lose it and lose everybody. But I will be on TikTok around 8:30 ish to do my battles for tonight, and then I'll be back over here after that. So thank you, everybody, and I will see y'all a little bit later.
Thanks for having me up, girl.
Absolutely. Bye, y'all.